Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been quite some time since I have uploaded a video, but I am finally getting some time to actually sit down and record this, so I'm really excited to talk to you about my 2020 reading goals. Now, I also want to talk about my writing goals and my booktube goals, in addition to my financial, my personal improvement, my family, my health and fitness, my job, my career goals. So I know that a majority of my subscribers here are from the BookTube and the AuthorTube communities. So I'm going to begin the video talking about my reading, my BookTube, and my writing goals, so that if you all are not interested in the other goals I have to talk about in this video, then you can just stop there. Also, I'm going to try to put timestamps for each section of the video in case some of you are interested in specific ones and want to skip forward. So without further explanation, let's get right into my reading goals. For 2019, I set a reading goal of 24 books on Goodreads. I did not reach that goal. I only read 21 books because I am a slow reader. I am a slow reader by choice. I am also a slow reader due to the fact that I do not have a lot of spare time. I really dove into reading these past couple of years before I kind of just gave it up, and I really found my passion for reading again when I discovered BookTube. So that being said, I really took some time to think about what my goal for this year would be for as many books as I was going to read. So I decided on 20 books. The reasoning for that is I didn't hit my 24 book reading challenge in the year 2019, so I figured I needed to lower that a little bit. Also, this is my last year of university. I'm actually in the career prep phase for my degree, so I'm going to be doing a lot of pre-clinicals and a lot of tests this year, and it's just really rigorous right now. Work is pretty demanding at this point in time, so I'm having to devote extra time at work. I pretty much do not have any free time whatsoever, but I will always make time for reading. Ever since I refound this passion again, I will never give it up because it's just a source of so much joy for me to do this. I also want to get into buddy readings. I already have the first 4 months of 2020 booked with fellow booktubers. This month, for January, I have been reading Stephen King's latest book, The Institute. I'm buddy reading this with Brad Proctor, so be sure to follow his channel. I'll link it down below in the description box because you won't want to miss his version of the review. But we are having so much fun reading this, guys. So both him and I are almost finished. I think I have about 100 pages left, but this is such a fun read, and it's going to be an even more fun review to do. So yeah, if you're interested in doing a buddy read with me this year, I am very open to a wide range of genre, and I will pretty much read anything. So that being said, if you're interested, reach out. My schedule between May and December is wide open. I don't have any plans for those for buddy reads, so just either comment on this video below or you can reach out. I'll make sure to put my email in the description box, or if you're on Book Twitter, you can message me there. Next, I want to talk about Stephen King. So you all know that I love Stephen King, and I have this plan to read all of his work, so I really want to continue to hit Stephen King hard this year as much as I can. So hey, if you are a Stephen King fan out there, if you want to do a buddy read, I'm your girl. I also want to read my first ever Neil Gaiman book. I have been wanting to read Neil Gaiman for quite some time. For December, I joined a Secret Santa book exchange, and my Secret Santa sent me 2 books The first one was V. Schwab's Vicious, and also she sent me Neil Gaiman's The Ocean at the End of the Lane. So thank you so much, Ashley King. I'll link her channel down below, but thank you so much, because this one right here has been on my wish list for so long, ever since who was it? I think it was Ali Corvier. I'll try to find that video too and link that down for her. But this one I'm really stoked for, because Ali says that the writing in this is so poetic and beautiful, and it's also a very short read, and that's something that I don't really read that much of, so I really want to get into reading shorter books as well. So yeah, I want to read my first Neil Gaiman book this year. I also want to read more financial and personal improvement type books. So I have just a couple that are out of the suitcases, since most of you know that we moved. Yeah, I still have books in my suitcases. I'm the worst. So right now I'm reading Coping with Difficult People, and I will talk about this a little bit more in my in the job goals section of my video. I already read this one in December. It's Dave Ramsey's A Total Money Makeover, and it also comes with a workbook. I might do a video on this. I'm not sure if there's a following though on BookTube for like personal improvement type books. So if you're interested in anything like that, just encourage me to do it. And if there's someone out there that wants to know my thoughts on these types of books, then please let me know and I'll just do it. Also, this one, my stepmother gave this to me to read. It's Rhinoceros Success by Scott Alexander. My dad gave me this one, The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley and William Danko. Rachel Cruz, this is Dave Ramsey's daughter, Love Your Life, Not Theirs. And then these two, Grit by Angela Duckworth and Grit for Kids by Lee David Daniels. So those are just some of the books that I plan on getting to at some point this year. I have decided that I'm going to make this a hashtag year of reading one's own, with the exception of a couple of different things. So a lot of my buddy reads this year, I'm going to have to find them at the library. If I can't find them, then I cannot participate, because I cannot go out and buy these books. So that's one thing to consider when you ask me to be a buddy reader. In the month of April, I will be traveling to the next state over to spend an entire day for my birthday with a friend, and I will be visiting this little quaint bookstore that I've had my eye on for quite some time. So I probably will vlog that, but I want to, have some money to spend on myself for my birthday. So that's literally the only time I'm going to buy any books this year. So I'm really going to stick to that, and I want you guys to hold me accountable as well, but those are my 2020 reading goals. Now, on to my BookTube goals. As of this video, I currently have 133 subscribers. So I would love to reach 200 subscribers by the end of the year. I know that's not a huge goal, but this is only like full year number 2 for me in the BookTube community. So I really think that's a realistic and a nice goal to have. I also want to create deeper friendships with fellow booktubers through the buddy reads. I just think that's a wonderful way to really connect with other people and get their thoughts on the same book that you're reading. I also want to get better with editing. I have a problem with my sound. Sometimes my sound is too loud and it annoys me, and sometimes it's not loud enough and I can't find that sweet spot. I also want to get better with the graphics and the words that pop out on the video. So I'm really trying to make a better effort with that. My thumbnails, I'm trying to get better at creating better thumbnails. So if you guys have any tips or suggestions on what to do, please let me know. I still would like to keep this channel with an authentic vintage type look to it. So my videos will continue to be in either black and white or the sepia color that I've chosen. So I don't know, it's just a way for me to stand out. I think it's just different, and I don't know, that's just something that I decided on when I created the channel, and I kind of want to stick to it because I'm the only channel out there that has videos in black and white. I would also like to create a new channel trailer. I also would like to create a better intro and a better outro to include in each video. So now on to the writing goals. So I have had this book in my head for years and years and years and years, and I've told friends about it, I've told family about it, you know, everyone thinks it could be a great book. It would be a thriller, maybe a little bit of horror in there, I don't know, mainly a thriller mystery type book. But I'm just tired of saying, I'll write one day, I'll write one day, and that day never comes. So I actually got an itch to sit down and write. And guys, I've wrote my first chapter, and I'm so very proud of myself. And it's just exciting to me to actually feel like a writer for once, because I'm actually sitting down and writing something instead of saying, you know, I know I'm a writer, I know I'm a writer. You know, I write these poems all the time. That's another thing that I want to do. I want to compose a list of my poems together in book format, and I want to publish either by self-publication or something. I want to publish a book of poetry. The whole point of this is I want to be a writer. I am a writer. I know I'm a writer, but I need to actually write in order to become a published writer. So yeah, that's my writing goals for this year. Just to simply start and do something. On to my career goals. So I believe I stated this in the beginning of the video, but I am currently in my last year of university, and so I'm going to have to do some student teaching. So my degree will be in elementary education, and so I am almost to my preclinical phase, and then I have some tests that I need to take, and then I will be doing my student teaching, which is my clinicals. And then hopefully, if all goes as planned, I will be graduating with my bachelor's this year in the month of December. So that is my goal. So this last year is kind of pressing and demanding. There's so much there are so many things that I need to give my attention to. I need to start searching for job opportunities. I will be treating my clinicals like job interviews, so hopefully I get an offer there. And if I really enjoy my time there, then I could just have a job right as soon as I graduate. Also, I need to start shopping for teacher clothes, because I really only own scrubs for work and loungewear. I have some fancy type clothes, but there's a style that I want for when I become a teacher. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show New Girl, but I love her style. You know, her little skirts and her boots and all that. That's me, guys. That's me. So I need to start doing that and be conscious of what I purchased when I go clothes shopping. I also need to build on my portfolio for when I do have job interviews, and I need to build up my resume. I actually have a non-existent resume right now. Not good. So I'm going to use the Ken Coleman method. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but that's the format that I'm going to use for my resume. And yeah, that pretty much sums up my career goals for 2020. Now for my job goals. So this one's a little bit tougher to talk about because My job is a little stressful, to say the least. I am a lead pharmacy technician, and things are kind of rough right now. Things are changing, and I'm currently one of two full-time employees, so I am kind of pressed to the max as far as stress goes, and accountability, and being there way more than 40 hours a week. Let's just put it that way. So, my job is kind of hard. So a little background on me, I've been in customer service ever since I started working, which was like 15, 16. And I'm tired of it. I am so tired of customer service. It's not even funny. Don't get me wrong, I love what I do. I love helping people. I love building relationships with people in the community. I love just going out and people knowing who I am and just stopping and talk to them. I love the fast-paced environment. I just do not love the chaos. I do not love how people act when things don't go the way they think in their mind that they should go. And I cannot stand rude people. It brings out the worst in me. It brings out something that I don't like, and this is part of the reason why I chose my career path that I did, because teaching and being around kids. So teaching is a passion of mine. I love just seeing that light bulb spark in someone when I've taught them or I've shared something with them that really connects in their brain. And I love being around kids. I'm a totally different person. I love who I am when I'm surrounded by kids. So just the fact that I get to A, teach, and B, hang out with kids all day is just the perfect thing for me. I know a lot of people, they say it takes a lot of patience to be a teacher, especially for little kids, but you know what? It takes a lot of patience to do what I do now in dealing with the general public. So I've been reading this book, Coping with Difficult People by Robert Bramson, because I'm having a difficult time at work right now. And my dad actually bought this book for me because I almost came home in tears crying one night because of how bad of a night that I had at work. You know, people are just ruthless. People, I believe in my heart that my job that I have now, working in a pharmacy, is the worst type of customer service job there is. I've worked in restaurants, fast food, retail. To me, I would much rather work there than work where I work, and I'm supposed to be a professional, but I am not treated like a professional. I'm treated like I work at McDonald's, and not to put anyone down that works in fast food, but it's like I work in healthcare, you know, and there is a vast difference when it comes to working in a pharmacy versus working in a doctor's office. People don't like to wait. They don't like being told, you know, that you have to order their medication. It's ridiculous, and I am so glad to be getting it out of that career field, but I am trying to make my last 7 months as positive as I can and in shaping me, because I just don't like the way that this job has shaped me. Hence, why I'm reading personal development books like this. My goals for my job is to build on my coping skills and also to work a lot, because I do have some financial goals, and that is a means to reaching those goals. So I am picking up overtime, which I love overtime. Who doesn't love overtime? But yeah, that's it for my job goals. Now on to my financial goals. My number one financial goal is to pay off the rest of my debt. Yes, I want to live a life debt-free. And this goes back to the Dave Ramsey and his principles. I'm sold on it. Millions of others have been sold on it, and they are living, breathing cases of success. People who have read this book have become successful and have completed their goals of becoming debt-free. I want to be one of those success stories. I also need to build up a 6-month emergency fund because of the fact that I cannot work while I am doing my preclinicals. And well, I can still work when I'm doing my preclinicals, but not as much. When I do my clinicals though, which is my student teaching, I cannot work at all, guys. I mean, I'm placed in a classroom Monday through Friday, regular teacher's hours, and I am going to be up there teaching. I'm going to be observed by the home teacher, and I mean, I cannot work. I cannot work. So having that 3 to 6 months of expenses saved will be a blessing and a godsend. So I also need to save for a new car. The car I'm driving right now is not reliable. Something's wrong with it every other week. So I've got to do that. I've got to save up for a new car. Then once my debt is cleaned up, I am hoping and praying that by April 1st, I will be debt free. So once that's done, once I save up my emergency fund, then I'm going to start investing in my kids' college. I'm going to start investing in retirement and savings. So yeah, those are my financial goals. Now for my family goals. So I am a mother of 2, got 2 little girls, and I'm a single mom. So I want my kids to be much more smart than I ever was. So as I'm going through this, I am teaching them everything. Even as I learn it, I am teaching them. Trying to teach my kids, everything there is to know about money. Also want to set aside a monthly budget item for fun, like family fun night. I also want to find a way to get my oldest child more enthusiastic about reading. I know there are a lot of resources, a lot of books out there to help you develop a love for reading in children. So I'm currently there. My oldest, it's kind of hard to get her just ready to read. My youngest, she just loves it. She can read an entire book in one day. But my oldest, not so much. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it kind of worries me because reading, if you think about it, it gives you access to the freedom of choosing what other means to invest your time and energy in. So say she doesn't love to read, but she loves math, or she doesn't love to read, but she loves science, okay? There are going to be reading problems in science. There are going to be reading problems in math. You have to have a good foundation as a reader in order to bloom and blossom in other fields. So even if she doesn't enjoy reading for fun, I really just want to hone in on her reading skills at least. So that's a family goal of mine. And basically spending more time with family. This move, we're a lot closer to some of our family members, so I really want to spend more time with them and develop, just deeper relationships with them. So lastly, on to my health and fitness goals. My dad has an elliptical, so I will be using that more. I want to get into the habit of running again because I miss that elated feeling of joy and just feeling good all over when you, like the runner's high or whatever. I really want to do that. I have stopped drinking pop. Yes, I call it pop because I live in Indiana, and that's what it's called. Pop, not Coke, not soda. It's called pop, okay? I really want to get a good skincare routine going, washing my face every night. That's a big struggle for me, guys, and I need to develop that habit for real. I want to lose 20 pounds. I am getting older. I will be turning 32 this year. I've got some knee pains. I've got some back pains. I've got some hip pains. I need to focus on my health and find ways to alleviate that. And I know that, you know, losing some weight will help relieve some of that pain, but there's other ways to strengthen those areas. So lastly, I need to discuss my mental health. So I am a planner. I live my life by a planner, and I really basically just use the monthly spread in planners. So a lot of times I will get so sucked into my plans that I really damage my mental health. So that being said, I'm still going to be a planner. I'll be a planner, a to-do lister, a checklister person all of my life, because I don't know any other way to live. I don't think anything could get done if I could trust myself without a planner. But I really need to start listening to my body and my mind and giving it what it wants. Eating when I'm hungry and not just when I'm bored or stressed out. Getting enough sleep. Going to bed when my body tells me I need to go to bed. That is a big thing for me. A lot of times I will pressure myself to do more reading at night. But I have learned about myself, but I have learned that I am a much better reader when I first wake up. You know, when I have that cup of coffee, I am more alert, I can get more stuff done. So I've discovered about myself that I am a morning person, I'm not a night person. It ain't nothing for me to go to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I am an old lady, guys. So yeah, those are my health and fitness goals. Those are all of my goals this year. And I'm sorry this video was so long, but I'm really glad that I got that out, because I don't know, this is a way for me to hold myself accountable, putting it out there on social media and letting the world know what I'm working on this year. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, don't forget to bookmark Beth.